Hi everybody. Well, I'm here to answer that question. I am a wargamer, and why? So I'd like to thank Rocky's War Room for picking me to do this video. And let me just get started by saying that I think I kind of got started just like everybody else I've seen so far. So I can't remember how old I was, probably 8, 9, 10 years old, something like that probably. And had the little green army men, and I'd set them up in the house, and I'd shoot at them with a rubber band and a piece of paper or a paper clip or something like that. And eventually, I remember getting a comic book once before, and in the back it had an ad for the American Revolutionary troops. So the blue were the Continental and the red were the British. So I was able to buy those, and I played with them for a long time until my little brother was born, and then they kind of disappeared, and I'm not sure what happened to them. But anyway, I do vividly remember once, and I don't remember how old I was. It had to be around that same age, 9, 10, something like that. We had gone to FAO Schwartz in New York City, and in one of the cases they had there was a set of British grenadiers, and they were beautifully painted. I don't remember how big they were, but I told my dad that I really wanted those because I really thought they would be fun to play with. But I remember my dad saying that they were really expensive, obviously from FAO Schwartz, right? So I didn't get those. I ended up starting to play war games, board games, when I think the first one I got was Avalon Hill's D-Day, and I kind of taught myself how to play it. I had played that for a while, and then I ended up getting Squad Leader, and I couldn't find, nobody wanted to play it with me, so I ended up trying to teach myself how to play that too. By this point, I was probably early teens, something like that. Then I started, I kind of got away from gaming for a little bit because I started getting interested in playing music and doing theater and girls and, you know, all that kind of fun stuff. Right? As a teenager, got a job and all that kind of stuff. And I really didn't come back to the hobby again until I moved to Las Vegas. And there was a gaming store there, and for the life of me now, I don't remember. It's no longer there. I would try to go on my days off, and because I worked for a show, I had really funky days off. So if I could get some time to go before the show, I would try to show up at this store where they were running games. And the owner of the place taught me and another guy how to play DBA. And because we could play it in, I don't know, half an hour, or whatever it was, right? So it was fast enough for me to be able to play a game or two and then go to work. And then from that point, if I had a day off when they were gaming at the store, which was usually a Saturday, and I always worked Saturdays in Vegas. If I had a day off, then I'd go down to the store and I'd play whatever they were doing. And they would do stuff like World War II, Star Grunt. I don't remember the World War II rules that they used, but I remember Star Grunt, and we had used that for Vietnam, and then also as a sci-fi thing. So that went on for a year or two, and then by that point I decided that I was going to try to paint my own miniatures. And I ended up buying some American Revolutionary War figures and attempted to learn how to paint them. They didn't turn out very well. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So, the learning process, right? Skip forward a few years, and I ended up here in Oregon, up in Portland, and there was a really well-established gaming group up here called the Western Oregon Wargamers, or WOW, and they played every Friday night, and they had a loft in a building that was in downtown Portland, and I would go after work on Fridays. Every Friday I would go, and I really got into playing. They would put on games like Naval and Ancients and Napoleonics and World War II and medieval stuff and everything. And that's when it really kicked in for me to start really painting and stuff like that. Even though I had kind of dabbled in it. And to roll back, while I was still living in Vegas, a good friend of mine actually decided to try, he and I actually got back into playing Squad Leader together. So we actually got a copy of the rules and we started to play. And he had offhandedly remarked at one point, he said, this would be really cool if we could play this with miniatures. And so that's when I started buying up some 1/285th scale World War II miniatures to play Squad Leader with. And we did that for a little bit, obviously, before I moved. But, so I've been living here in Oregon for the last 21 years and pretty much been gaming most of that time. Although for the last year, maybe a little bit long, year and a half or something like that, I haven't gamed at all. Just haven't felt like it, and so I haven't. I've been primarily painting. As some of you know, if you've been a long-time viewer, you know that I was part of the Infolive convention, and I went pretty much every year until this year. Obviously, the COVID thing canceled it, but for the last 2 years, I was the event director, or event coordinator, I should say, not director, event coordinator. So I was heavily involved with all of that. But it also took up a lot of time, and because of that, I just didn't feel like doing any gaming. But I concentrated on painting. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm still painting, although I am, as a gamer itself, I had expanded. I had so many different armies and things like that I couldn't play them all. There just wasn't enough time, too many rule sets. The gaming group that I was part of, the WOW, Western Oregon Wargamers group, kind of dissolved for a while. So I kind of built up a little group of friends and stuff like that, and it got fairly large, and we were meeting a couple of times a month, and it would just, with so many of us contributing, putting on games and things like that, a lot of my stuff just sat. It never got used. So over the last year or so, I've been slowly paring down my collection to just certain periods that I want to keep playing. So that's kind of where I've been at. But that's kind of how I got into wargaming and where I'm at the moment with my wargaming. I've been trying to do a little bit more board gaming with solitaire here at the house or online using VASSL, and just trying to teach myself games that I haven't played in a long time and relearn them and play them just on my own. I really don't have the space to set up a miniatures game in my house, so I haven't done that. So that's kind of where I'm at as a gamer. You know? The next question was, where would I like to see my YouTube channel in 5 years? Hopefully still producing content that people like to watch, really. I mean, I'm kind of shocked that I actually have almost 270 subscribers at the moment. I never thought I'd get one, to be honest with you. I really just kind of did the channel just to keep myself motivated to paint and keep going and keep learning, you know, and the channel has provided me with some wonderful friendships. The channels that I subscribe to, I consider friends. You know, being able to talk to, getting called out, you know, to do this kind of stuff. It's been a wonderful experience, and I'm really enjoying it. And I hope that, you know, the people that tune in like what they're seeing on my channel, and that's really all I can hope for, is that I can continue to produce things that people enjoy. On the technical side for the videos, I would like to be able to, you know, do some different things, like add some music to them, add, you know, an intro to the video channel, you know, do maybe some quick after action reports or something like that, or, you know, maybe go over some rules, you know, that I enjoy, people, you know, that other people may like. I just haven't quite figured out how to do all that stuff yet. I'm still trying to find a decent video editor. Right now I just use iMovie on my Mac, and it's good. You know, for basic stuff, it's very good. But I haven't really found, and I don't want to spend the $300 on, you know, I can't even think of the name of it now, the Mac big, you know, movie editor suite that they have, which name escapes me at the moment. But anyway, so really in 5 years, I just hope I can continue to produce stuff and people continue to watch. And I hope to make more friends in the next 5 years. Advice for a new channel. I know other people have said it, and it's going to sound cliche, but just do it. You know, if you go back and look at my first few videos, you know, when I got started, they're pretty horrible. In fact, I even throw out some real dog videos now sometimes. You know, things don't work out right. It happens. But just do it. You know, find what you want to do and just put it out there. The community is, excuse me, the community is very helpful. You know, if you ask for help about how to do something, everybody's going to give you their experience and say, hey, you know, I could try this, or you could try that. And that's really what the community's been for everybody. I know when I ask questions, I get help, and, you know, that's what's created these friendships. Excuse me. Sorry, I should have had a glass of water before I did this. Anyway, it's just get out there and do it. You know, don't worry about the number of subscribers you have. Don't worry about the number of views. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just keep putting the stuff out there, and the rest of that stuff will come. Okay? And, you know, don't try to be flashy or anything like that at first. Just put the stuff out there. All of the rest of that stuff will fall into place eventually, you know, as you feel it's needed. So that's really my advice. Just do it. Just get out there, throw your stuff up, and, you know, let us see it. Okay. 3 sites that I'm going to call out. And at this late date, it's been kind of difficult to find 3 sites that haven't already been called out. But, and I think these 3 haven't been. If they have, I apologize. But the first one, JVC Paints. I want to hear why you're a wargamer. Okay? The Economic Gamer. I want to hear why you're a wargamer. Now, this last one, I haven't seen him in a year. And I hope he's watching. And I do hope he's okay, because I haven't seen anything from him in about a year. But he's local. He actually lives up around the Seattle area. And I hope he's doing okay. But the Unaccomplished Wargamer. And I'll put the names down in the description below with a link to their channels if you guys want to go check them out. Those are the 3: JVC Paints, the Economic Gamer, and Unaccomplished Wargamer. So that's all I have. Obviously, this is not my normal spot for doing videos. I thought I'd just do it in a little bit different place. I hope everybody is having a great week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you to the couple of new subscribers I picked up this past week. Also, Chilling War Games, thank you very much for putting this out there, and everything that, you know, the people who've been doing the videos have been wonderful about, you know, everybody's backgrounds and everything else. So, again, everybody, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.